endless field of planets and stars dancing around the cosmos. Some get to explore through space, visiting, conquering planets, naming stars, and gathering all its beauty, which can mask the terror and fear of the unknown. Others can just look up in the sky, dreaming what could be up there. And I wonder if they're alone in the universe. I travel not just through space, but through time too. I am changing. I am reborn. And I am headed into deep space and furthermore.
There it is, the planet cache. Prepare the orbital anchoring procedure.
All personnel, please prepare for orbital anchoring. You have 2 minutes to return to your life pods. Over.
Make sure we don't make another bloody accident again, Della.
To my acknowledgement, BISSAN, it was you that made the Gamma 75 ship almost crash into Glom. The Absorbalofts were about to launch an attack, thinking we were enemy ships instead of a quarantine facility.
Let us focus. The practice run went down like a lit balloon.
You and your old Earth science, Captain.
Gravitational pull reading.
A steady one, Captain. Looks like it's gonna be an easy 45 on the scale, sir.
Ready to disengage thrusters.
Meter report?
None, sir.
Then let's hope we got luck on our side as well. Collisional warning!
Impossible. It just appeared out of nowhere.
A meteor?
The scanners can't describe it, Captain. It just looks like a blue box.
Prepare for a collision. Della, what's the trajectory of the box?
I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm getting incredible spikes of Artron energy.
Bloody box?
It's changed course. Impact coming!
Is everyone alright? Crew, report! BISSAN?
Right here, sir.
Della?
Alive. Barely.
SINNA? SINNA!
Oh God. Please tell me he's alive.
Yeah, he is. Just need to go and get him to the medical bays.
And risk infection from Sector 1? Out of the question!
Sir, we are in orbit. Somehow the collision gave us entry. Just not a smooth one.
Felt like I had a crazy night on man's apple. Too many shots, eh, lads?
There's no time for reminiscing about your training days. Get a medical kit and send him to ERIN research. She has a bag.
Captain, you better look at this. It's that box.
What about it?
It seems to have appeared in Sector 5. Yet the scanners aren't reporting any damage to the engine. How's that possible?
Materialization. It explains the Artron energy was emitting. Seems to have led itself quite nicely. Call MASSTI and his guards. We're dealing with something extraordinary.
Can security personnel please go to Sector 5? We have an intruder in the engine room. I repeat, security personnel, please head to Sector 5. We have an intruder in the engine room.
It's a human man. Men, prepare for any hostile activity.
Pass the velocity on the neutron flow. No, that's not how it goes. Reverse the record on the microphone. Pass the dodgy on the left-hand side. No, that's not it. That's musical youth.
What on earth is he saying?
Keep your guard.
He has no weapons.
Stay on guard.
If I were you lot, I would not point those guns at me. I'm still recovering.
You are trespassing.
And you are giving me a nasty headache. Now, hush. Oh, for a second, I thought I was going to...
Take him to the recovery bay. I'll report back to Captain JAXX.
Why did the captain say my room and not the recovery bay? Ugh. I'm trying to examine this meteorite before the night shift begins. For a report on the showers has Miranda.
Sector 1 is in quarantine, and as of now, the recovery bay is being occupied by the intruder. He was wearing a dress and came out of a blue police box in 20th century Earth.
Right up your street then, BISSAN. So, that police box caused all that power struggle. The antler must have been intense.
With no bloody damage? Oh, be lucky we are not lifeless bodies drifting into the planet's atmosphere and burning to a crisp.
Always have to be morbid. SINNA, can you hear me? BISSAN, give him some water and help him up. When he's starting to come round, take the blue pill and place it into his mouth. Try not to choke him.
Well, what if he doesn't take this?
Then, you need to give him a shock. Just a little one. Maybe kiss him?
Very funny. Now where are you going?
I just want to look. Maybe he has answers about how to perfect hyperspeed in travelling prehistoric buildings. Imagine travelling through space in those coffee shops you go to Earth museums.
You are a dreamer, ERIN.
And you have your first patient. I'll be back in a few seconds.
Where am I?
I bloody hate you, ERIN.
A human coming out of that police box?
Be positive.
Of course, sir. Look at the surveillance camera footage. He's in the recovery bay.
What?
And there was nowhere else to put him. Or her, or whatever this thing is.
Without a strict medical examination, the intruder might spread infections or diseases that we don't know of, jeopardizing this whole operation.
Medical staff are doing a full routine check as we speak. So far, nothing to be concerned about. Besides, Section 1 was on lockdown.
Therefore, any spread of infection was a low risk.
Low risks lead to things falling apart slowly. Do you know have a plague on board? No, we don't, because security men think with their guns, not their heads.
Do not oppress my team, sir. Without us, the Formasi attack would leave everyone dead. And let's not even mention how a plagued Axon was about to plummet this ship down to a black hole we barely passed by.
Great. A dispute between the captain and his soldiers. What else could possibly go wrong? This is Commander DELLA on board. Please proceed. I have Captain JAXX and Security Major MASSTI here.
The intruder. We have done a full medical examination. You better come down and have a look. He's not infected. It's his body. He has 2 hearts.
Ah, visiting hours. I didn't know I would have company.
sir, you have entered
Yes,
into
I know, a Gamma 75 quarantine ship heading back somewhere. I'm so sorry for the TARDIS. She acted incredibly strange. She's getting on in years, bless her darling. I was regenerating and, oh my god. I'm quite fat in my face. It's better than big teeth and curls. Although I did prefer
This is ridiculous.
sexy blonde cricketer.
Can I ask you one question? What is your name?
That was 2 questions. I assume you're the captain? The one who tries to run this ship. Or tries to.
What is your name?
I don't recall. Maybe Byron or something like that. That reminds me, I must get back to him about our date. Gosh, he did love a man in a leather jacket. He used to say to me, Doctor, I am called the Doctor. Yes, I am the Doctor. Nothing more, nothing less. Right, I suppose I should be off. Things to do, places to see, people to rescue, and whatever comes of that.
Bring him down!
Get off me! Stupid oh.
Sir, he's downright messed up in the head.
I am perfectly fine and eccentric, thank you. Please, let me go.
Sedate him.
Doctor, if this is your name, you are an intruder. And you stay here until you have examined your ship.
Your humanoid head wouldn't even dare to confound the glory and the finest workings of Time Lord technology. I forbid you to go near it.
MASSTI,
Sir.
gather some guards to go to the police box and and open it. Blast the doors if you must.
The TARDIS has a defense system when itself is recovering from heavy damage. You blasting into it would cause a huge time rift in the flux. The whole station would be swallowed up in a matter of seconds in a mixed time loop that would be going on for God knows how long. Many years, I think.
Save your ridiculous fears on time for interrogation. Had administered a sedative and maybe a biopsy.
Sir, it might kill him.
That's not a risk. With his 2 hearts, he might be of use. DELLA, report back to BISSAN. I shall remain on the flight deck.
So that intruder had caused that whole collision without any damage to the ship?
How many times do I have to bleed and tell you? Yes, everyone is on the edge. How are you feeling?
Ugh. Coming round. God, I feel like garbage.
Hold tight, buddy. We just need to get you to rest.
Thanks. Just stay with me. I mean, just so I don't, faint again.
Don't get any funny ideas of me, Sinner. I know what you bloody like.
Power's down. Surely it's not the night shift yet.
No, it's not for a long time. You can't pass the solar flare. The nearest form of the sun is in the next sector of the Barrett galaxy.
Do you feel slightly cold?
I'm watching far too many ghost stories. You and your stories are always getting you into trouble. One of these days, that's gonna come back to bite you. Alright, Sinner, you win. You can stop scaring me, Pop, now. Sinner! Sinner!
Feed my children.
Holy! Ah!
My children. Feed my children.
Sorry, Miss Tanager. You must not come any further.
On Earth is happening here? I know he's an intruder, but look at him. How much sedation did the medical team give?
Enough for sleep, they said.
Enough for a drashig. More like a giant horse. Right, you guys better report back. I will take over.
Sorry, love. You are a researcher and do not know how to handle one of these blasters.
Pull the trigger. It's quite simple. Or do I need to report that you two were taking some unusual substances a few hours ago in the engine room?
Well, bleeding hell.
Now, let's get you out of these restraints.
God, that sedation was strong. My nervous systems are having a party with that. Oh. Behavior. Oh. Who are you? I'm the doctor.
I am ERIN. Dr. what? Dr. Smith. Jones. Sus.
Just the doctor for now. Do excuse if you're not shaking your hand or giving you a little cuddle, but as you can see, I am wrapped nice and tightly like a chrysalis. You wouldn't mind.
Give me a second. Why did they tie you up? You don't look dangerous, and looking at the footage, you weren't armed.
Oh, how do you know I'm not bluffing everyone?
Because only your form of a death wish was shot at MASSTI like that. I'm surprised he did not shoot you.
Ah, at last. Thank you. Now, before I go... Oh my gosh! I'm only in a surgical gown!
Don't flatter yourself.
Oh, please pass me that lab coat. I don't want some innocent-eyed girl seeing something that she should not.
Believe me, I've seen quite enough already. Oh, get it yourself.
Curse this stupid gown. Ah, right. Better. Now I must get back to my ship. If those silly guards do anything to my TARDIS, they will not just have a time not to contend with.
What's going on? Doctor, get down!
Whatever it is, I think it's best if we get back to safety. Is there somewhere we can go?
We are stuck in the recovery bay. What the hell is going on? We should contact the flight deck.
Get back to the station immediately. Get the awake.
Yes? What is happening out there?
It's dinner. His eyes are going black and he has black smoke coming out of his mouth. Cleaning up the medical staff. We're cleaning up. We're trying to stop him, but nothing is working.
Sinner? What do you mean his eyes are glowing black?
Admitted communicator.
The intruder, this doctor wants to speak to you?
This is the doctor. You said this sinner person has glowing eyes or has a sudden change in behaviour?
Yeah, I can't even hit him.
You need to run away. You are dealing with something incredibly dangerous right now. Can you evacuate these survivors somewhere?
No, we would have did anything.
Oh, it's the food storage and the plantation lab. Evacuate all the troops there and then put them in high security lock, soldier.
Good idea. Also, I need you to keep an open channel on this. Can you do that?
My children. These my children.
Sinner. He was the last with BISSAN. Oh, God. I hope it's not too late.
Where was he last, Erin? Quickly!
The research room. Recovering from a nasty bump on the head. Turn left and keep going.
Quickly, this way! We need to find out what happened from that room. It could give us a clue.
What about Sinner?
Oh, he's possessed. That I am sure of. But of who or what? Is another question. Quickly, this way!
I need to contact the flight deck. They need to know what's going on here.
The captain drugged me. I think a little karma will suffice.
Oh, shut it. Flight deck, please respond. This is ERIN. I'm with the doctor, please reply. SINNA has killed medical staff and crew. Guard 1 is dead, and we're going back to research base by BISSAN. Please report.
They're not responding.
They must, Doctor, this way. For someone drugged up, you do have lots of energy.
New body, new feet. And still a lot more running.
What the hell do you mean, new body?
Come on, ERIN. I'm guessing this is your room?
They didn't even clean up after themselves. What cheek?
Now, let's see if we can find anything.
My log tablet, my research. BISSAN must have had a snoop of my findings on Tasmaranda.
What were you doing passing Tasmaranda?
We received a distress call a few months back. The natives contracted a viral plague that was killing them off.
But natives to Tasmaranda, if I can remember, are healers. They have cleansing rituals, and by the power of their skills in natural herbology and medicine, they can cure themselves with any common plague.
That's what we thought. So we took all those that were infected and we managed to find a cure. But when we tried it, the plague got used to the antibiotic and grew. That's why they're in Sector 1.
So why are you here? You aren't a doctor or anyone of the medical profession.
A planet researcher. So we're headed to each planet that is stable, sustain life. We collect a sample and survey the area. We write about other life on planets, so if the time comes we need to stop, we know what planet is safe.
Fascinating. Why not a planetary expedition?
That's all structured and downright boring. I seek adventure ever since I was little.
Don't we all? Now, your findings, Miss.
Yes, I found this meteorite freshly landing near the tribes. It's glowing. Why would it be glowing?
Oh, ERIN. That is not a meteorite. That's a Type 30 prison cell. Look at the structures in the rock.
So it's my fault. Those people would not have died if I did not bring it on board?
No. Unless you cut it open, which somebody has.
Even my razor cutter will not cut that much off.
Did you say BISSAN and SINNA were here?
Yes. Why?
Because I have a funny feeling if they used a stronger device to cut the debris off, then they would have released what was in that prison cell.
And possessed SINNA?
Morphing, I would say now. Definitely morphing.
BISSAN, can you hear me? Oh my god, he's
Eaten alive. Only left a few bones. The bones have teeth marks in.
What did this to him? Doctor?
The bones have teeth marks in.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
ERIN! ERIN, now listen to me. You need to be strong and brave right now. We have something eaten crew that has escaped from its prison cell.
It's all my fault.
Miss ERIN, you did not know that was a prison ship, correct? You did not cut it openly? Correctly, even? You are innocent whether you believe it or not. Right now, we need to go to the flight deck and warn everyone to evacuate.
Why?
Because we are dealing with something extremely dangerous, and I don't want another drop of blood spilled because of it. Now, where is the flight deck?
Sector 0. This way.
This is horrible. BISSAN must be dead or lost.
Sir, the survivors are barricaded in the plantation lab.
Who ordered that command?
I did. Oh, we have a movie night. I recommend First Wives Club too.
The intruder. ERIN, what are you doing with him? Did you release him?
Yes, I did. We would have been dead.
What do you mean?
And when I asked for the flight deck. I expect an answer.
Communications have been shut down. We only have security
Oh,
footage.
the footage you say. Do you have any of the footage of the research area? Or possibly more?
And why should we trust you?
Because Captain JAXX, BISSAN, is dead. Your medical team and crew are about to be a pile of ashes and bones. Soldiers are being killed left, right, and centre. You will be dead, and the plague patients from Tasmaranda also, unless you show me that footage. Because right now, one of your crew members is being controlled by a deadly race. Just a few. But it's a highly deadly one at that.
Show the goddamn footage.
Captain, look!
Cut the footage.
Who was that speaking to
That was a
SINNA?
TOXICASS. They are a gas sentient being. Gas species, if you want to call it that way. That can control weak-minded beings.
SINNA, weak-minded.
He was smart enough to get a high score on the IQ test.
He was left sleeping. Your mind weakens when you sleep. His head was also down.
For the collision you caused.
Captain, you have it in for me, don't you? Now, be quiet and let me think. ERIN, what did that voice say?
The TOXICASS. It kept saying free me.
No, the other thing. Oh, gosh, this regeneration's giving me amnesia. The house down.
My children are dying. They must feed.
Feed on what?
The crew?
The ship?
Even worse. Patience.
Report all staff to move the quarantine patients to safety. They must be saved. Guards, report to Sector 1 immediately. I want you to fire at SINNA when he gets there.
Our weapons are useless.
All quarantine staff to move quarantine patients to safety. Guards near Sector 1, report to quarantine immediately.
Doctor, what do we do?
You need to stay here. I am heading into quarantine.
I'm coming with you.
No. If that TOXICASS finds you, it will kill you. We need to find how to stop him.
ERIN, I need you to go with the doctor. Find out what's going on there. ERIN, you'll be my guy for it. I'm only opening this emergency channel. Radio frequency free.
I don't need an entourage.
You're on my ship, I am the captain, and those are my orders.
Gosh, you are incredibly sexy when you say it that way.
Oh, you're kissing later. Come on. Those guns won't stop him. We need to concentrate with fire.
Have you thought of using something other than your guns? Maybe just let me speak to him and talk some sense.
If that fails, Doctor,
Even still, SINNA does not know what he is doing. The TOXICASS is using his body as a host.
He's there!
aim and keep steady.
Doctor, careful.
I'm speaking to the creature that is hosting in the body of SINNA. He is a good man, and I ask of you to free yourself from him. I can find you a place for you and your children. You do not need to feed on these victims.
My children are dying and need flesh to be reborn. We are the last of our kind. The planet burned, destroyed, and now I hold the future of the TOXICASS.
I understand what it's like to be the last of your kind, to hold the heavy burden that you have. But killing people is not the answer. I have a time machine. I can travel from place to place. I can find you a suitable home where you can live peacefully, that your kind doesn't need to feed on flesh. You feed on toxic fumes, don't you? That is your natural biology makeup, that you feed on toxic fumes. I know a place. I know a place for you. Just give me one chance. In order to do that, you must stop the killing. The killing stops now.
But we desire flesh. We want the organs, the nerves, the fat, to drain such sweet blood and grind our teeth on the bones to sharpen our bite.
These people are innocent. The ones that are in the quarantine, they are dying like your children. Let them live.
They need help.
Yes, they do. We need to find a cure for them.
They will survive. Through my children.
What have you done? What have you done?
My children are reborn. Rise, my children, rise!
Open fire! Erin, we need to get back to the flight deck. Now!
We can't just leave the
Face
doctor.
it, he's dead already.
Now the resurrection has begun. Sing, my children, sing!